Are not the pizza in place?
Apparently, they all. Well, I had to sign one of the restaurant.
David said after the fourth one, I can like go back and get my backpack and then like switch that way, and then from there I'll keep this backpack with you guys, and then I'll go grab that one and then switch.
Okay. You get out of here.
And I don't get it.
That will be literally working your whole shift.
I will be.
Not working when you drive, and that's what it's a 2-hour drive.
That drive.
What if they're to work on the front door again?
Yeah.
Look at the register this thing. Look at you watching the news today.
Yeah, they call me. I'm usually daytime. They call me at 7 o'clock this morning. And they're like, "Hey, can you come in and brush your shower?" And I was like, "Sure." I am nighttime, for sure. And they're like, "Never mind."
Oh.
Never mind. I was
Actually,
like, I shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah,
Just come in
yeah.
and let her be confused when they didn't have a night shirt. You would all
You don't even have to do it much. It's been around 2, 4 o'clock. Almost any of you done.
That's true. Yeah, they don't think it's now. That's true.
They make the extra things on there. They make you look at it.
How is?
So the whole city at the same time. Is it what you consider? That's what Brittany said. What I'm talking about, me and Steve. One like 250.
They're the ones from Korea.
I'm gonna go get your stop sign. So. I ain't never heard nobody talk about me. I don't know what picture for me. Hey, I know his wife probably not going to be on social. She knows she got it.
Definitely not me.
That's what he was saying. That's what Brian was saying. tell them that less people just walking. I'm at the little crowd, but I don't know.
Even when you shot it.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, thank you all for coming out to join us for today's press conference. I am Officer D. Freeman with Birmingham Police Department's Public Information Division, and I am flanked by Chief Michael Pickett and some of BPD's command staff. On today, you all will hear a very important message and series of events from Chief Michael Pickett. Without going any further, Chief Michael Pickett, you all.
I'll start by saying thank you to all our media partners who are here today. I'm Michael Pickett, and I have the pleasure to serve as the Chief of Police for the Birmingham Police Department. As we discuss this officer-involved shooting, our priority has been to move really quickly to gather the facts, to cooperate with the investigating agency, and to make sure we are as transparent as possible with the public. It's extremely heartbreaking anytime there's a loss of one of our community members. We recognize that this is an extremely difficult situation, and we're extremely saddened by the death of Vanessa Ragland. To that end, we offer our sincerest condolences to her family. The purpose of this news conference is to provide a timeline of what occurred from the time BPD was dispatched to the time the first shots were fired and the last shot was fired. At the conclusion of my comments regarding the timeline, we're going to show the body-worn camera footage from the moment the officer arrived on scene until the time the shots were fired. That being said, I'm going to go into a bullet-pointed timeline of what you'll see just after I'm done speaking. Our 911 received a call to a residence in the 600 block of Brunson Avenue on Wednesday, October the 29th. At 5:07, the call details included: thinks dad's sugar is low. There's an aggressive male trying to fight. Has taken away weapons. At 5:14, 2 officers were dispatched in separate police units to this residence, and due to the calls involving a violent person with possible weapons, that's why BPD was involved in a medical-related call. The initial officer arrived at 5:21. He made contact with the family at the front door at 5:23 p.m. Immediately after making contact with the resident that opened the door for him, what you'll hear is the officer observed screams coming from within the home. Due to those screams and a person possibly being in immediate danger, you will observe the officer enter the residence and ask everyone if they're okay and what was going on. You will then observe the officer enter the bedroom of a bedroom in the residence and attempt to defuse a verbal altercation that was taking place between a male and a female. You will then hear the officer attempt to separate the 2 parties to begin his investigation on what was perceived as a domestic violence incident that was occurring. You will then hear the officer attempt to separate the 2 parties to begin his investigation. You will hear a male resident who's sitting on a bed state that he was jumped on by the female who initially became combative with our initial officer. Our investigation later revealed that that individual is the mother of the deceased. After several requests and numerous verbal commands were given to the female, and they proved to be ineffective, you will see our initial officer attempt to detain the subject in order to gain control of the volatile situation. As the officer attempts to guide the subject away from the male and gain control of the female, you will observe her become increasingly physically combative. As the officer attempts to detain her, both she and the officer fall to the ground. After a brief struggle, the officer gives verbal commands to 2 additional females to stand back or get back. The females continue to approach the officer from behind. The officer then draws his taser. At 5:25 p.m., an additional struggle ensues with the 2 additional females. One of them falls to the ground, and one of them was the deceased, who was able to overtake the officer. At this time, the officer deploys his taser. And let me be clear, he pulls his taser first. There's a tussle. After he's overtaken, he'll deploy his taser. You will hear the taser cycling. The deployment was ineffective on the deceased. Approximately 10 seconds after being overtaken and lying on his back, with the deceased on top of him and the mother on top of him as well, he's going to say on the radio, "Step it up, I need more units." Approximately 22 seconds after being overtaken, you will hear him request for additional units for a second time. After 37 seconds of being overtaken, you will hear the officer state, "Give me back my taser, give me my taser," 3 times. Then you will hear the taser cycling. 45 seconds after being overtaken, and 7 seconds after his taser was apparently taken, the officer fired the first shot. You may or may not be able to hear this. 3 seconds after the initial shot was fired, 2 additional shots were fired. At this point, I'm going to have them step to the side, and we're going to go ahead and show the body-worn camera footage.
Hey, how y'all doing? What's going on? Did y'all call?
Give me my taser. Give me my taser. Give me my taser now.
Alright.
I'll come back over. Now, I would just like to reiterate that we're here today to be transparent with the community and with our public, keep them informed. Anytime that police are involved in a shooting and there's loss of life, we recognize the sensitivity for the community, and our efforts are to provide the most information as possible in a timely manner while there is still an active investigation going on. The officer involved is on paid administrative leave during this investigation, and we will not be able to provide any additional information as it is an ongoing investigation. The State Bureau of Investigation is the lead on this, and any and all questions should be directed to ALEA, the investigating agency. Thank you all. We really appreciate you being here today.